Welcome to Paradox Jukebox, an unconventional podcast for the unconventional music lover, brought to you by Music on the Move Studios, a woman-led company working to help musicians move their careers forward through education and live events. I am your host, Caitie Thompson, and on today's episode, we have the ever-so-lovely Sheridan Gates. She is a country artist out of Nashville, Tennessee, originally from New York, and Sheridan is going to talk today about breaking your own glass ceiling and her song Limitless. But maybe more importantly, she's going to discuss a company that she just started called New Roots. And this particular company is for anybody who is looking to kind of get their feet wet in Nashville. This is the place you want to start, because what they're going to do is develop a community for you to walk into. And if you've never moved to a brand new town with people that you don't know, without a support system that's already been established, moving to a new town can be very, very difficult, especially if you're not moving with somebody. If you don't have a significant other or, relative or friends even, it's really, really difficult to find your people. So listen to Sheridan talk about how she's going to create you a network of people to fall in with the second you come to town. So please kick back, relax, listen to her song Limitless, and then when she starts talking, take notes. And make sure that you go and you find her in the show notes and look up New Roots, because this particular company is everything you need if you are going to come to Music City and try to be successful.
Trying to break down these walls that keep getting taller. They're telling me to stand in line and wait my turn. Child, you got a lot to learn, just give it time. When I need to leave it all behind, take the wheel and start to drive. Windows down and I come alive. I feel limitless just for a moment, heading straight for the sunset, with nothing to slow me down. Fast and free, and all I see is open road ahead. I feel limitless.
Welcome, everybody, to Paradox Jukebox. I have the wonderful Sheridan Gates with me. How are you, my friend?
I'm so good, thank you. It's good to see you.
It's very good to see your face. I miss you.
I miss you too. Come back to Nashville.
I know. Things in Ohio have just been super crazy, and it's my goal to get back there soon and, definitely do some more co-writing with you guys and hopefully some shows down on Broadway, because you've been playing Broadway.
Yes, I know. I think Nashville came back to life, post pandemic, and I think everybody's just trying to get in on the excitement of live music. It's just the energy is palpable down there. So I've been playing some gigs down there with Meg Williams, who I know you've had on this podcast
Yeah.
before. So yeah, it's been really fun.
That's cool. So you and Meg and Jenny, you're all going to do another house concert tour soon, right?
We are finally, yes.
Yay!
I know. We've been, as you know, you've heard, but for people that don't, we used to do major house concert tours that then led into just regular tours of venues around the country, and the three of us would just rent a car and drive around, and minivan style, and it was really fun. And we'd all cram into a car and just gig. And so we're finally able to do that again. We're heading back to the East Coast in end of September. So I will actually be in my hometown for a little while and hitting up some some venues around there and some homes. So if anybody, wants to reach out, we're open to coming to your home and doing some house concerts.
Absolutely. Well, and I can attest to the fact that all of you are phenomenal writers, phenomenal players, and you're just so much fun to watch. The three of you. I mean, I've performed with you, but I like to sit in the audience and actually just watch the dynamic because the three of you have such chemistry on stage. It's so cool.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, we love it when you join us on stage and bring the cajon. Actually, Caitie, you were in our very first house concert that we ever did, I think, in Georgia.
Yes, that's right, for Victoria.
Virginia, yes.
Virginia. Thank you.
It was a V name,
It
close
was a
enough.
V name. Yeah, it
Uh,
was close enough. That's right. Oh my gosh, Virginia. Wow.
I know. I was actually recently looking through some photos and that popped up of, I think it was like 2017 or 18. I think it was 2018
Yeah,
maybe.
it's 2018.
My God, that flew by.
It did. That's crazy.
So you were there from the start, and we've written some great songs together. So
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for you and excited for all the things that you have going on, you and your sister, and just killing it up there in Ohio. Even
Well,
though we,
thank you. So you've got this tour coming up, which is going to be amazing. And I want to know more about this business that you're about to start. So tell me about New Roots and what exactly is going on.
yeah. So I just launched this new business and program that I'm so stoked about, and I launched it with my friend Mark Tress. I don't know if you have met him. Have you met Mark?
I've not. I've not.
Well, he's awesome. I've known him for a few years now, through Jenny actually. But he also owns a business called Vocal 360 Global. He's an amazing vocalist. He's a part-time professor at Belmont, vocal teacher there, and just we're really aligned post-pandemic. With
Hmm.
trying to figure out how to kind of restart and revamp our business as an artist. And we both are really passionate about mentoring. I've been doing some mentoring of younger artists this year, and he obviously teaches a lot of younger artists. And so we both just really love being in that mentor role and thought, between the two of us, we are lucky enough to have a pretty vast network that we've developed over the last 5 years in Nashville. And so we thought, between our resources and our knowledge, we can kind of pull this together and create a weekend experience for artists that are either new to Nashville or artists that are thinking about moving to Nashville, and kind of give them a safe launch pad basically for their music career in Nashville. And so we decided to make this first weekend just for female artists because, whoop whoop, women, we need to support each other and lift each other up and empower each other,
Absolutely.
because Lord knows we need more female musicians out there. So, yeah, this one is just tailored for female artists, and it's basically like a jump start for their music career. They'll get studio time, most importantly, with Grammy winning producer Matt Lay,
Wow.
who I've been fortunate enough to work with in the past. So he's going to be working with the girls in the studio, and we've got a celebrity stylist and photographer that are going to be giving the girls some awesome promo material. And then they are also going to get a songwriting critique session with my dear friend Sky Claire, who I've written a lot with and who's a just amazing talent in this town. And then they will get a chance to perform in a Nashville venue in like a writer's round, which a lot of these girls just haven't, they haven't had the opportunity to perform in Nashville. So they'll get that, and then of course we'll take them around town, and they'll get a backstage tour of the Ryman Auditorium to learn some history about the town, and then they'll get a Q&A session with an incredible panel of executives that have been in the industry for a long time to kind of pick their brain.
Wow.
So it's going to be a lot that we're throwing at them in 3 days, but most importantly, all the people that we are bringing on to teach and talk to these women are people that Mark and I personally know and trust and are just good people that we want these women to feel like they, have an in with, and can just, whenever, if they're not in town yet, when they move here, they can call them up and go grab coffee with them and just start building their network, with really solid people from the ground up. Because I know how you've done it. We both were new here at one point, and it's really freaking hard to
Yeah.
grow a network. And it's scary, and you have to put yourself out there. And so if we can kind of be like a little mother hen and just give them their start and then set them free on their own is my small legacy that I can leave behind in this town. So we'll see how it goes. But our first one is this week is and last weekend in July. So we're very excited. We have some amazing women already signed up, and I just think it's going to be awesome. So
Wow. Holy shit. What an amazing concept. You're literally giving these women like the key to the freaking city. Like you're giving them studio time, you're giving them a stylist, you're you're giving them a panel of judges to speak with, and write songwriting critiques. Holy crap.
oh, well, it's this town. We're so lucky to have all of these resources at our fingertips and these amazing people that are willing to help and give back to younger artists. So, shout out to all the amazing people that we have that are helping out this weekend, because we really, we couldn't do without them. It's a group effort.
Yeah.
We have to just be thankful for the resources that we have around us and the people that are willing to help. So yeah, we're just so excited and hope that it can grow and grow and grow, and we can do more and more weekends and offer it to more and more people.
What an incredible concept to help women in the industry, especially like you said, new artists that are coming to Nashville. They have no idea where to go, who to talk to, like where to make friends. This
Yeah.
is a fantastic starting point. And what an amazing gift to give to somebody. I mean, thank God for Jenny Teeter when I met her at our songwriting retreat, because if it weren't for Jenny, I wouldn't have moved to Nashville 2 months after that songwriting retreat. She literally just called me and was just like, "Yo, I got a room," and I'm like, "Cool, save it, I'm there." I mean, it just it is so helpful when you give yourself an experience like that and immerse yourself into a group of people. Then you start building these connections and friendships, which really are more important first. You got to build friendships so that you don't feel so alone in such a big town.
Absolutely. And that is something that if you guys follow Instagram at all, it's like dogs and it's community. Those are like my big things, is like you just have to find your community of like-minded people that you trust. And like having a supportive family and friends from home and all that is great, but I'm talking like a community of artists and people that really understand what you're going through, because it's a crazy industry that we're in and we've
Yeah.
chosen to be a part of. Like, it's beautiful, it's fun, it's exciting, but it's also really freaking scary. And there are some people out there that want to take advantage and want to take your money. And especially as a woman, you just have to have your guard up even more, which, is just a fact of life. And we're
Yeah.
working to make that better. And it is getting better, but it still exists. And so, as somebody that, I fell in my face a few times here when I first moved here and made some, not so savvy business decisions. And so if I can help people prevent, from making the same mistakes, then I'll have done my job.
Right.
So that's just, yeah. I hope that these women that are coming will bond, and they're all staying in an Airbnb together. So they're going to have that extra bonding experience, and hopefully we'll at least have each other after this, and, us, of course, to just lean on and vent to and ask questions to and support each other. And like this, like, I want to support Music on the Move, and you're supporting me by allowing me this platform to talk about new roots. So it's just all about helping each other and growing together. I think
Yeah.
that's the best thing about Nashville. It's like that, right? Like a community.
I know, and it's so cool because I've talked to so many musicians from different, walks of life, and everybody has said the same thing. Like if you try going to LA or even Chicago, and you don't fit in there, try Nashville, because typically everybody fits in some capacity in Nashville. And that is the coolest thing, is that when you walk into that city, everybody's like, "Welcome. This is Music City. We love everything. We love you. We don't know your name yet, but let's go have some Nashville hot chicken."
Absolutely. Gotta have the hot chicken. But yeah, no, it's been like that from the start. It's really like people are willing to help each other out. It's such a give and take town. And coming from New York, I love New York. I have a soft spot for New York, but people have their blinders on. It's kind of, a little bit of tunnel vision there, and
Right.
it's not quite as, come on in, drink some
Yeah.
Swiss tea and eat some hot chicken.
Southern hospitality is a real thing. It
Yes.
is a real, real
Do you
thing.
say hospitality or nashpitality? Because it sounded like you said nashpitality, and
Well, we're going to say Nashpitality now because I feel like that should be a thing.
I kind of thought, yeah, like I thought it was when I thought that's what you said. So anyway, yeah, you're
Nashpitality. That's awesome. So, okay, I want to ask you a few more questions about this weekend that you're providing for the girls. So you said that they're going to get studio time. So, what exactly does that look like? Does it look like are they going to get like a demo, like an acoustic demo, or how does that work?
well, because we have limited amount of time, obviously. What we're gonna do is have the women pick a song that they either it can be an original or a cover because some of them are at different stages. Some of them have original songs, some don't. That's fine. Have them pick a song that they want to record, and then we're gonna have the track ahead of time, kind of ready to go, so we can really focus on vocals during their studio time. So if it's an
Cool.
original, we'll have them send us. It can be a simple, just guitar or piano track that they can sing along to. Or if it's a cover song, then we'll find a way to get that track and kind of have it set up for them so that we can just focus on their beautiful voice and really like it's more than just singing. It's like how to work with a producer and how to communicate and the terms that you use when you're in a studio and how to ask for what you want and how to be
Yes.
open to trying new things and just getting them comfortable with being in that setting because it can be intimidating if you've never
Yeah.
done it before. So
Oh my God, you're blowing my mind. So I had an artist on not too long ago. Her name was Buggy, and we were talking about how there can be such a disconnect in the studio between the artist and the producer when when you don't share the same language.
yes, yeah.
That is so you're literally bridging that gap. That's incredible.
I mean, I just it's amazing how often you can just get like thrown into a situation and not be prepared or not understand. Just having that language between you and the producer is really important. And just being with somebody that makes you comfortable too. Like, just being comfortable to ask, can we do that again? Or I actually didn't love the way that sounded. Can we try this? And being open to, because a producer's job is they can sometimes hear things that you can't. And yeah, just being open.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so with your panelist, or your panelists, really. So, what type of industry executives are you bringing in to talk to these girls? Like, do we have like a copyright specialist, or even like an entertainment lawyer? Who do you got coming in?
We have well, I don't want to give away names quite yet. We haven't revealed. We have them booked, but we haven't revealed the names yet. But they are a couple of managers, people that have managed huge artists, like huge, huge artists. So that's really cool. We get their perspective. We have a like marketing person, which I think is huge for just, I'm an indie artist. How do I get my music out there?
Yeah.
So that'll be really helpful for that. And then we do have a kind of more business like lawyer behind the scenes, just somebody that can help them make sure they have their ducks in a row because there's a lot that if you can be set up, like set yourself up for success to get paid all your royalties, to get all of that ahead of time, it will make your life a lot easier and you're not having to backtrack to find the dues that are owed to you. So
Right.
having somebody to kind of talk about royalties and all of that is going to be really helpful. And then also, my business coach, I think, is going to come in and talk to the girls briefly. Who, her name is Lindsay Kirkendall, and I will sing her praises till the cows come home. She has totally helped me and transformed my way of thinking. And one of the biggest things that she helped me with was thinking of my artist self as a business.
Right.
And I am the CEO of my own business. And I never used to think about that. As artists, we're trained to be like the creatives and we just produce content and we release music and hope that money comes in from it. And the reality is, like, unless you really think of yourself as a business, you have to go out there and, learn the ropes a little bit and make sure that you're getting paid what you're owed and coming up with different ways that you can use your talents to bring in income for yourself, and most importantly, I think, is knowing what to say yes to and what to say no to, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of opportunities that come knocking on your doors and it may sound great and we have a little bit of rose-colored glasses, especially when we're new in the industry. And sometimes we can, if you put on the CEO hat and you're like, you know what, this would make me put in a lot more time and effort than I would be receiving, and I think it's not really the best for my long-term business, so I'm actually going to say no to that opportunity. And just it's allowed me to like think about business in a different way. And until I really thought of myself as like a CEO, I was kind of just winging it. And now it's allowed me to launch this New Roots business and come up with some other like e-commerce business ideas, and then in addition to making music and recording and touring. So
Yeah.
anyway, I kind of ramble on about this because it gets me excited.
Roadsides and open fields just blur on by. It's just me, myself, and I for a little while. Humming on the highway and some peace of mind. A little faith in humankind just around the bend. I feel limitless just for a moment. Heading straight for the sunset with nothing to slow me down. Fast and free, and all I see is open road ahead. I feel limitless. All the endless possibilities are everywhere that life could lead. It's all right there, waiting for me.
What you said about being your own CEO is so huge. You really have to treat yourself and your brand as a full business, and making the right, business deals is very important. And it's like you said, everybody falls on their face here and there. It happens, but
Yeah, fine.
yeah, but that's how you learn.
Here to support you and pick you back up again, and help you get back on your feet. So
Absolutely. Well, and I don't know if you know this, but Lindsay Kirkendall actually is coaching Erin right now too.
yes, you were on some of the same coaching calls. So it was great to hear Erin like brought you along, and it's so great that to watch you guys. But yeah, that was all like a roundabout way of saying Lynn's a beast, and she is amazing at what she does, and she is going to be participating in the weekend a little bit. So
Yes, awesome.
that's what you had asked me, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I also too, like I've been dying to get Lindsay on the podcast, because I mean I know that she's helped Erin so much, and I know she's helped you a lot. So hopefully, you guys should put a bug in her ear and be like, hey, you should go talk to Caitie for a little bit.
Oh my God, she would love to. She's so open to, especially because she's so close to your business just through Erin. I'm sure she would love to do that.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you made mention that you have a little e-commerce business that you're starting that is, tied to your music. So talk about this a little bit, because I think it's important for musicians to understand that it's perfectly cool to have a side hustle that helps you support your music.
Yes. Yeah. So and this was again, I owe this to Lindsay for kind of opening up my vision to what are all the different revenue streams that I can develop that are all pieces of me, because we're humans. We're not just artists and just musicians. If we were, like, we'd be kind of insane. And, maybe there are people out there like that, but, we all have different pieces of our lives that are important to us. And so when I was thinking about like the kind of merch that I wanted to sell, of course, like t-shirts and stickers and that's all great. Love that. But I wanted to kind of take it a step further and create a product that was tied to kind of a story and tied to me personally, and something that I could create like an e-commerce business around, that I could sell sort of passively and have that selling in the background while I make my music and all of that. So I love candles, and I light a candle every morning. It's kind of my little like ritual of just self-care and taking a moment to, even if it's just a couple minutes, to like center myself and just say what I'm grateful for. And so I love candles, and so I thought, wouldn't it be cool to kind of make my own candle that has a scent that I really love, and maybe has some sassy phrase on it or a lyric from one of my songs. And so I'm actually in the process of developing that candle with a local Nashville candle company that I'm really psyched about. And it's kind of secretive. I haven't launched it yet, but I wanted you guys to be the first to know that it is going to be coming out soon. And we'll see. I mean, it's kind of like, why not?
All right, my friend. So I want to switch gears for just a second. I want to talk about your song Limitless. And if you could just tell us what it's about, because I really dig this song. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, so gosh, I wrote this song like years ago with my friend Andrew Capra, and I brought the word limitless to the right, and I was like, I just really like this word. I don't know what we could do with it, but it's a cool word, and we started talking about it, and what we kind of landed on was that, like, when do you feel limitless, and what does that look like, and where are you? And for me, it's like when I'm just alone in my car and just don't really have a particular destination, and I just kind of feel like I can just take on the world and escape from all the craziness that is going on in the world. And so that's how Limitless was originally written and started. And I sang it out with Jenny and Meg a lot for probably a year and a half. I was singing it just acoustic, and then I was getting some good feedback on it, and so I decided to hit the studio with it. And actually, my producer is Dustin Kirkendall, Lindsay's husband.
Oh, cool.
We set. I played the demo for him, and he just totally brought the song to life and created like a really cool vibe that's almost like a Coldplay vibe, which I hate to say that because it's its own vibe, but it has like a little Coldplay influence to it.
Yeah.
And just kind of brought new life and breathed new life into the song, which was awesome. And then I realized this song would be actually really perfect to release on January 1st of 2021 to kind of represent new year. Politics were changing, women were entering the White House, and it just felt like a really nice time to release the song, and along with a music video that is all about like women breaking glass ceilings and just empowering women to, there's what they can do is limitless in today's world, and to just keep going and keep fighting and keep shattering that glass. And so that was sort of how the song morphed and uh, over the years. But I'm really excited about how it turned out, and it's just a song that's really close to my heart, and I love singing it, I love playing it, and I'm just excited that it's finally out there for everybody to hear.
That's awesome. Well, and what a better song to have, to perform right now, especially with the launch of this program that you're doing, and you're just killing it, girl. Like you've created such an amazing product, and I know it is going to go super far. So kudos to you for, number one, writing a song about breaking your own glass ceiling.
I never really thought about it that way, but I hope so. And again, I couldn't have done it alone. I'm really grateful for the support system and the community that I have that has supported me along the way. So, it's a team effort.
It's a beautiful thing that, you are, number one, you are all about shattering this glass ceiling. You're giving women an opportunity to, to find their place in Nashville. And really, you're telling them via your music and via this New Roots project that, really it is limitless. And women, as long as we build each other up, we can literally go as far as we want to go. And the glass ceiling concept, I think, especially it feels like in this year of 2021, it's going to become a thing of the past. Like women are showing up and they're showing the industry like, no, we're here and we're just as
Hell
good.
yes. Yeah.
And we have so much to give. So I think that, you know, through your music and through the work that you're doing with New Roots, you are just on an amazing trajectory, and I cannot wait to see what
Well, thank
happens
you.
for
That
you.
is so sweet of you to say. And like I said, I couldn't have done it alone. It takes a village. It takes women supporting women and just musicians supporting musicians. And what there's a long way to go, but I'm just really grateful that, in a weird way, I'm grateful that I had this past year to kind of be home and be present and really think about what I wanted to do and the different parts of me that I could tap into to create some new businesses, new products, and new visions. So here we are. We're doing the best
Yeah,
we
here we are. You're right. It takes a village, and it also takes a lot of
can.
wine. A
Amen
lot
to
of
that,
wine.
sister. Wine and coffee, my favorite beverages.
Pretty sure that like all of us run on wine and coffee.
Cheers.
Indeed, cheers. So, okay, because I know you and I love the music that you write, I want to ask about Chardonnay. And I want to know, are you going to do something with this? Cuz you need to.
Funny you should bring that up. It is actually the next song that I am going to record.
Yes! Thank God.
It's been a long time coming. So, funny story is that I wrote this song pre-pandemic. I love Chardonnay, and I get a lot of looks and weird faces when I say that because for some reason that wine is just like neglected, especially
Yeah.
on younger folk. And I don't know why, because it tastes delicious. And so I wanted to write a song called Chardonnay because I just love it. And I made two men that don't drink Chardonnay write it with me,
Yeah.
Zach Stone and Tolan Shaw. So we wrote it a couple of years ago, and it's a bop. And I started playing it out, and Jenny and Meg and I actually were lucky enough to play at some vineyards around the country, and that song definitely hits the hardest at vineyards.
Sure.
Um, and it's a sing along. It's a silly like the hook is I'm trading shots for Chardonnay. Because as we grow up, as I've grown up at least, I've sort of moved away from the like let's take shots to I'm good with just like sipping on some Chardonnay and doing my thing and being in bed by 9 o'clock. That's maybe that makes me really lame, but it's kind of my jam right now. So yeah,
Hashtag adulting.
for real, for real. And there will be some fun merch that will go along with this song release, I'm sure. And any ideas are welcome for that. Sure. So yeah, that's gonna be the next song that I'm working on with Dustin, and I don't have a specific date, but we are in the works right now of planning it out, and we're gonna move quickly with it. So um,
Cool.
yeah.
Well, I am so here for it. I've been waiting with bated breath. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this because I love that song. The first time that you played it out, I about fell off my chair. I thought it was amazing. It was just you're right. It's a bop. It's a total bop. It was so much fun. So good. Congratulations. And as soon as it is out, I cannot wait to share it with everybody. So friend, I have to tell you, it's been such a pleasure having you on the podcast today. And I am so looking forward to everything that you're doing with New Roots. So could you please tell all of our listeners where to go to learn about New Roots and how they apply?
Yes. So we have actually right on my website, I have a link that directs you to the info page. So it's sheridangatesmusic.com/new roots. Or if you just go to sheridangatesmusic.com, you'll find it. We also have an Instagram page that is New Roots Nashville is the handle. And that will also have links to everything. And right now we're really trying to keep it open to until it gets big enough where we're going to have an application process. Right now, we just want to get to know you. We want to hear about what your musical goals are. If you live in Nashville, if you're thinking about moving to Nashville, just hit us up. We'd love to get to know you because if we don't have space for this upcoming one, we are always going to have more that are in the pipeline that we would love to get you on board with. So please reach out. Any questions? If you just want to say, hey, we love meeting new artists.
Awesome. And so your website, go ahead and tell us what that is. I will definitely put it in the show
Yeah,
notes.
SheridanGatesMusic.com. / New
Awesome.
Roots, and it will be there. Yeah. So.
Wonderful. All right. So, you guys heard it here first. You want to check out New Roots and make sure that if you are new to the Nashville area or looking to move to Nashville, Sheridan Gates is the lady that you want to see first. She will hook you up. So, thanks again for being here, friend. I really
Thank you
appreciate it.
so much for having me. I'm so proud of you too, and just
Oh.
love watching you guys grow. And I appreciate you having me on your awesome podcast.
Limitless, just for a moment, heading straight for the sunset, with nothing to slow me down, fast and free, and all I see is open road ahead. I feel limitless, fast and free, and all I see is open road ahead. I feel limitless, limitless.
Thank you so much, Sheridan, for being on the show. I really appreciate having you. Everybody, make sure that you go to SheridanGatesMusic.com to check out New Roots and all the weekends that they're going to be scheduling. Make sure that you go apply if you're a newbie to Nashville. Major shout out to Low Rating Queen 2019. Thank you so much for your amazing review on our podcast. Your words were incredibly kind and very appreciated. Thank you. So if you guys want to get a shout out on the podcast, go leave me a review on Apple Podcasts. I would really appreciate it. If you have been listening to this podcast religiously and you haven't left a review yet, please help me out. Go leave me a review. It would mean the absolute world. And share this podcast with everybody that you know, because maybe you've got some friends who would like to come on and talk about their art, talk about what they do. I would really appreciate that as well. You can find me at Caitie at musiconthemovestudios.com, and then be sure to check out our website, musiconthemovestudios.com, and you will find links to Paradox Jukebox there as well. Thanks so very much, everyone. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you next week.